What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing a VOD review of Dishsoap. You can see in the bottom right corner, Dishsoap was D1 at the time of this game being played, but since then, he was the first player to hit Master Tier in all of NA, and he's still hovering right up there with Setsuko, Weish, and Iverson. Those guys are in an intense battle for the top few ranks of the ladder. The main reason I want to do this VOD review, honestly, is not actually because Dishsoap is a complete beast, and we should always be watching him and learning from him. It's because he played a line that I'm actually really interested in talking about, because I did a VOD review of this line, of a similar line, I would say, during PBE. And since then, it's really been optimized. People have realized there's actually a much better comp and a better version of this line to play. And you can already see why we might be thinking about playing some kind of reroll line based around the Stargazer units, because, I mean, we start the game with the 4 Twisted Fates, 2 Talons, and 1 Jax here. We've talked before about how important Jax is to this board, and we've got it all. We've got it all right there, and we're going to see another big signifier in our direction in No Scout, No Pivot. This is a fantastic augment to take for this line. It's a ton of stats for you. Obviously, we do have to pick, actually. We could theoretically play Primordial Reroll, but I mean, I looked ahead, and actually we're not playing Primordial Reroll, but you could play Primordial Reroll from this spot as well if you really wanted to. But no, we are going to sell this stuff out, going to play this board. And as I've talked about before, Jax really, really likes stuff like Crown Guard, like Gargoyle, so the chain is fantastic for him. TF really, really likes stuff like Nashers, Death Cap, Bow is really good for him. I mean, honestly, our itemization situation is amazing here. You cannot feel bad about this. But okay, let's talk about this line, because, back when I VOD reviewed this line a few weeks ago, I guess it was, at this point, you would play this variant where you'd play, obviously, these 5 units. These 5 are just an always lock on your board. But you'd slowly layer in more Fate Weavers, more Bastions on top of this board. You'd end up getting 3 Meeple in on this board pretty easily, because you'd have the Poppy plus the Corki plus the Rammus. So, it was a very reasonable board to play. Dishsoap, very likely here. Okay, he's just going to leave that in his planner for now. Maybe we can have some suspense there. But people have realized that it's quite awkward, actually, to play the comp in that way. And if you've played this comp at all and played that, old school variation of it, you've felt it, right? You sit here and maybe you roll for a Poppy 3, but then you're like, oh, I can't play Poppy 3 on this board. I'm playing Talon, who's a fantastic dual carry on this board, but I'm not actually fitting Rogue in for him, or I am fitting Rogue in, but then cutting it out. So it's a very awkward variant of the line. And so people have realized, they've kind of optimized and found that, wait, there's actually a much easier solution, is that you can play a Rogue on this board. Maybe think about what Rogue we would play on this board, and if you guys can figure it out, then I guess you're a TFT beast. And there's some other stuff that we can play on top of that that just very easily layers in this unit plus this unit plus this unit. You aren't feeling weird about getting in 4 Bastion or even 4 Fate Weaver, which 4 Fate Weaver is a great increase in damage on this board, but not that crazy. We do end up making the Crown Guard, and I do think the Lovers is a great pickup for us, partially because we just aren't that confident that we're going to win streak in this spot here for something like Steamroller, and 2, this does give us a glove. I wonder if you would ever just hard look at ripping the TG as your next item here, because TG Talon is amazing. Dishsoap's actually going to pull up, I don't know, I don't know what he's looking at. Some weird clip. Okay, I don't really care too much. He's like looking back in his VOD to try to scout something. I don't know what he's looking at here, but who cares? Okay. Oh, he's talking about the hexes for some reason, but I mean, this is the Fountain, which is actually kind of interesting to talk about, because the Fountain is actually widely regarded as one of the worst constellations to play this. The reasons why is, 1, Caitlyn is a manaless unit, so she gets no benefit from that mana whatsoever. Twisted Fate, usually just with like a Nashers or even like the double Nashers that you'll often go for him, it's pretty easy to just get to enough mana gen that he's casting enough, so you don't really need the Fountain mana gen. The one thing that is nice about the Fountain is the built-in Gunblade effect, which is really nice on a unit like Jax. Give him a bunch of armor and MR, give him a bunch of DR from stuff like the AP that he's getting, and if you can then heal him up and get multiple casts off, this guy does just become unkillable. And so you can see, Dishsoap, even though this is not one of the best patterns to play this line, he's still more than happy to play it, especially from such a good no scout, no pivot spot where he can get in all of his units. No scout, no pivot, by the way, in case people don't know, because I'm sure there's someone out there who still thinks this augment works in that it stacks up the stats on the units you have on board. It now is just a global effect. So when we add our next unit to this board, it's going to be a Caitlyn. The Caitlyn will get the benefit of all the stats that no scout, no pivot has already stacked up. I know people, TFT players and reading, just a very difficult duo. And to be fair, it's not necessarily something that it did work that way in the past, and then they changed it because they were like, well, that kind of feels bad that you add units and then you have to not get any of the benefit on them, and so you must have the units early. At least this one, if you don't have Jax early, it's okay because you can get Jax in later and he's going to get the full benefit. And you can see Jax he is benefiting. This guy just doing so much work tanking here. And Aatrox, yeah, we're actually going to win this fight against, by the way, that's a Riven with a... Was there another spat? No, okay. Yeah, okay. It's just the one Space Group spat, but it is someone who does already have a Riven here, which is a little gross, I would say. Already Space Group spat plus Riven. Pretty high roll from them, but that's okay. We can high roll too. Next augment here, item grab bag, boxing lessons, corrosion. Am I crazy, or would you ever actually grab the grab bag here? You can use AP, AD, tank items. I feel like you can use everything here. We'll see what Mr. Soap wants in this spot here, but I would actually consider the grab bag here. Boxing lessons, a little awkward to use here. Oh, rolling for days is pretty... He's looking at the bag. He's looking at the bag. I could really... Pandora's is bag, but a little bit better. But yeah, he does just grab the item, grab bag. I think it makes a lot of sense. You really want items in this spot. Our units are very strong. TF2, Jax 2. These guys are going to do a lot of work, and we just need items on them. And once again, we have Caitlyn, who's an AD carry. We have Talon, who is another kind of AD-ish carry, but he can use stuff like TG. He's usually not your primary on this board just because he's a pretty unreliable primary, but a pretty great secondary carry that can just get everybody a little bit low, and then TF can burst through them. And then any AP item can go into Twisted Fate. So I love the item grab back a lot. Also, in a comp like this where you want to itemize TF, Jax, Caitlyn, the Talon as well, maybe some kind of secondary tank, it's very easy to feel good about picking more items, right? There's no... you can always use more items on this line. But yeah, Dishsoap just slowly rolling here on 5, is pulling up some Emblem stats here, or he's going to look at maybe Twisted Fate item stats here just to pull up, he's going to pull up the Fountain here. And yeah, actually, it's interesting that it's just slightly positive delta. It doesn't actually look that bad at all there. So, I mean, you can see that Dishsoap as well saying that, this line is totally playable from the Fountain. Might not be the best one in the world, but especially when you have a great no scout, no pivot spot, you can certainly play this. So very, very nice. And we are going to be in the spot here where, I mean, we're pretty happy. Yeah, I mean, random Emblem, I don't think we can afford to take here. I mean, it's fun. The only way you would take this if it's really, I mean, wow, he actually takes random Emblem here. I guess, no, I don't even understand this. There's not that many random emblems you can use in this line. He gets Voyager. I mean, low-key Voyager is not even that bad just as an extra emblem. I mean, he does... I guess he really badly wanted the Striker's Flail here. That's crazy to me. I mean, Voyager, though, low-key, not that bad. You just get the aura effect on the units around. I mean, it's not the worst, honestly, but okay. We just get the Voyager spat. And I guess he's just saying, the owned 3 cost is not going to do anything in this spot here, so I might as well take a random emblem. There's no real downside. I mean, if I get a bad emblem, all of these emblems have effects on them. The Voyager one is low-key one of the best ones we could get, and we can probably fit in just a 2 Voyager later on this board. So yeah, okay. That's kind of a crazy idea, but it makes sense. We're going to continue to roll down for our board here. Going to have to sell off some of these extra units here, are getting a little bit bench locked, but we are going to find the Twisted Fate here, which is huge. This is going to econ us up. And now you can see we're putting 2 extra units into our team planner, which old school version did not play. It is Gwen Rost. The idea is you can fit Gwen in on this board very easily, get Rogue in for Talon, and that actually activates 2 traits because Space Grooves, they love Rost because you can get a 2 trait unit in essentially for free. Space Groove 1 is a trait. So if you play Gwen on this board, all of a sudden you're a 6 trait board. That's pretty darn good for Ross. You also oftentimes really like the Armor MR effect, the attack speed effect. Like these are stats that this board really tends to like. So it feels really, really good to get both of those guys on your board, and it's very straightforward, right? Level 5 Gwen, level 6 Ross. I mean, it's easy, and it's really nice and very neat with no scout, no pivot. You don't have to worry about pivoting in and out of weird traits or anything like that. We are coasting up to this Jax 3-man because we rolled so much on 5. Really liked this game that Dishsoap did not, super deep roll down for something like a on level, 4 for something like a TF3. He just said, I'm going to roll down all of my gold essentially on level 5. He did a few rolls on 4, but most of his rolls on 5 because we've talked about it before. The true star of the show in this line is Jax. If you do not reach Jax, you are bot 4ing with this line. If you reach Jax, you're having a good time. And you can see, I mean, just look at Jax go, man. He's just ulting, going, basically taking no damage while he's in ult, and then ulting again, sitting in ult. I mean, he's just an absolute monster here. We are close to Atrox as well, but I imagine we're going to get off that. I mean, exclusive customization I think is fine. I'd actually rather take something like Comet. I don't know how good Giant and Mighty is. I've taken before in this line, and I was a little bit underwhelmed. I think we'll end up taking this, but we'll see if he likes Giant and Mighty here. He does like it. Ooh, but we do see Sweet Treats. He's gonna, oh, it's Radiant Rascals. Duh. Yeah, no, this makes perfect sense. Radiant TG for the Talon. I think this is perfect here. Yeah, I think it's better than all of them, actually. For some reason, my brain, to be fair, it is midnight, and I played... Oh my god, I played so many. The tournament was so long again today because they had more and more delays. It was so insane. But we've made it to day 3 of the tournament, by the way. So if you guys are interested in watching me play in tournament tomorrow, then, you know, do that. We'll have a grand old time and hopefully win out in the tournament. My first real official showing of me as a TFT player in my full-time TFT journey. So we'll hope that it goes well. I mean, so far, making day 3 pretty good. And then we'll have to grind up for Box Boot Camp because I haven't had any time to grind. My ladder rank is atrophied, man. I feel like I've been on the International Space Station for a week just because I've had no time to grind because all of these I've been playing, you know, 8 hours of tournament games. Okay, like 6 to 7 hours of like tournament games, but still, I mean, that's a lot of time. Dishsoap also, it's kind of interesting. I think in a lot of spots here, you would be pretty happy to just push levels for the Gwen. But he's not doing that here. Ooh, yep, he just he was pre-clicking. He was like, I know there's very high odds that we see the champion duplicator option here from this, and I know that we really want the dupes here because this will just allow us to hit very quickly. But yeah, normally you would actually, you know, I think be more open to just pushing levels in this spot. But he knows, I mean, Caitlyn is going to be a fantastic duo carry on this board, especially because we have no scout, no pivot. So even with no items, I mean, she's not amazing, but she's going to have all this extra AD and AP on her. And if we can get to some more items for her, which because we took the Radiant TG, I mean, we're certainly in a spot to get to items on really everybody here. We're gonna be able to make usage of items on her and all the stats on her and hitting Caitlyn 3-star. So Dishsoap definitely just going for max cap in this spot, especially because, I mean, we're on a 9 streak, man. No scout, no pivot in this comp is just so gross. And you can see the beautiful 6 traits on this board, Ross providing a bunch of extra stats to us. No need to really go for like Ross 3 on this board. I mean, it would be a nice few extra stats, but a little bit hard to fit in. He does just throw in these guys. Mighty Mech, you know, Karma would be another one that we could play as just a random Voyager +1 that's going to be a 7th trait on this board. And I think that's another reason why he was so open to taking the Emblem, because if we just get some random Emblem here like Voyager, I mean, we can fit it and boom, that's another trait. I mean, once again, Voyager is honestly one of the better ones because we can just get Voyager and get that effect on our entire board here. We have a very long fight there that we do end up winning just because TF is a beast there, so we continue our streak. Don't think you can take this. I think you really do want items. Triple items would be great here. What is this? Death Cap? Death Cap Kraken, another TG? Doesn't sound bad at all. I think this is perfect. Yeah, the only downside to this is we don't have heal cut here. I think this is why Dishsoap was kind of hesitating for so long, is because you obviously have Nova in, so you don't have to worry about building Shredder Sunder here. But skipping heal cut does feel bad, but I think the items are too good. Oh, he's considering something else, a QSS slam perhaps. Nah, I mean, it has to be this, yeah. I mean, this just makes too much sense, and throw this onto the Atrox, and our items are beautiful. I mean, just great items from Dishsoap, and not afraid to greed a little bit there to look for some good stuff for his items on the Treasure Dragon there. I think one of the big skills of this set is knowing, you know, how much to greed on Treasure Dragon. Do you want to take a long time and look for, you know, perfect Treasure Dragon items? Do you want to just take the first thing that comes and not have to spend a ton of gold? And Dishsoap greeding here makes a lot of sense. We have so much gold to work with. We'd much rather spend, even if we had to roll an extra, say like 10 times to find really good items, we would certainly rather do that than just take mediocre items, especially in a spot here where the items are so transformative on our board here. Getting some extra nice items onto Caitlyn is huge for us. Oh, this is that a 6 Darkstar Karma board? Holy, this is a pretty woke board from this player that we're fighting here. Though sometimes being woke does not get, you know, what's the opposite of punished? Rewarded. That's yeah, that makes sense. It does not always get rewarded, and Error here not going to get rewarded is going to get a nice little 7th there, which unfortunate, but hey, it happens. Dish here looking like he's going to level because we can still level, make 30 gold, get the extra Voyager onto our board, extra trade onto our board for Ross. Really would love to find that Ross too because it's an extra half an AD AP or AD AP, Armor Namar, and attack speed onto all of our units here for every trait that we have in, which at this point is 7. But hey, it's a living. We can chill on this board here. By the way, did anyone notice that I dropped a Chibi Zaya code just surreptitiously in the middle of the video in the bottom right corner? I wanted to just, you know, and maybe there'll be one at the end of the video too. Who knows? We're just sprinkling these in. It must be red buff, by the way. Why are we even thinking about this? Really? I'm surprised I even thought that long about it. But yeah, I think it must be red buff. Red buff is a kind of a weird Caitlyn item because she spreads it horribly, but she does like the attack speed. And so I do think you throw it onto her here, especially because last item is last item. We are rotating back into that Nami board, and ooh, they are pretty scary here. But our board doing good work here. And yep, we are going to pick up a nice fight win here. Also, what the heck? Why did for some reason my music stopped and it thought it was supposed to play through my phone. I wonder, okay, I don't know what that is, but hey, Dishsoap does pick up the fight win there. We are chilling on this board. Really just have to see if we can outcap both of these boards here. We have this board here with the Rivenami setup. We do fight, oh my god, I mean Bastion Spat onto the Blitzcrank, really nice here. Ooh, really good positioning versus this Nunu. Actually managed to avoid the snowball here, which does allow us, yep, to pick up this fight here. Top 2 locked in, and now we just have one more Nami board to defeat. Man, this stuff has to end. This +1. I mean, it just feels so good, doesn't it? Though you start the game off with a spat, slam your Space Groove spat, easy peasy. And yeah, you can even see here they have this version on TFT Academy, which I don't know if he has the version that he's playing on TFT Academy, but I do think it's a very good version to play. And we are going to level here, get another. This is a cute little final addition to the board, another Rogue +1, and we also get Darkstar onto the board. And we do, wow, at the last moment, find the Protector's Vow, one of the best items that you can put onto the Jax here, and then just move the Bramble Vest down here. Makes perfect sense, especially against a board that's doing so much magic damage. Bramble Vest is completely useless here, and it looks like this guy's board is completely useless versus what Dishsoap's got going on here. Man, this is going to be a quick VOD review. I did some pausing. I mean, it's 6-2. I mean, Dishsoap's 86 HP on a 16 win streak. I mean, the game's not close. I mean, he made perfect decisions all the way through. Loved his itemization decisions, loved his augment decisions, and we end up in the spot here where, I mean, it just looks like GG's. He swaps the Jax over, makes sure to not let any kind of like Riven wrap occur here. But I mean, as long as Jax can sit here, he's barely taking any damage. He's just unkillable. And it is going to be the win for Dishsoap on 6-2. I mean, just a beautiful game. Just drew it up perfectly and won out with the line. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Here's that code, though I imagine somebody has already claimed it at this point. But if no one has, then go for it. And if someone has claimed it, I mean, I guess tell people in the comments down below so that other people don't waste their time, or don't if you want to be a person who doesn't care about people wasting their time. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, I'm doing my long form shout outs, so comment down below, you know, what do you like of this patch? Are you enjoying this patch? How do you feel like the meta has shifted after the B patch? Like this video, it helps me out a lot, and it's literally free to do. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. Check out my Twitch, where I am going to be playing day 3 of the tournament tomorrow, and check out my Metafy if you are interested in coaching of any form. All right, done them all. I'm going to go to bed and play some TFT tomorrow, like I do every day, I guess. All right, see you guys later. Bye-bye.